Welcome back to the Blaisdell Centre. Pro Elite 3 alive and happening. What a night it's been. We've seen the two semi-finals of the Heavyweight Grand Prix. In the final, it will be Odoms versus Martinez. But coming up next, our co-main event, the girl fight monster Akano takes on the Olympian Sara McMann. I'm a huge fan of this lady, the girl fight monster Hitomi Akano. Her entrance music, Between the Sky, a song she wrote herself. A true world-class fight, this one with ranking implications. McMahon ranked number 9 in the world. Akano ranked number 5. Akano has only been stopped once in the third round by Cyborg. If McMahon could stop her sooner, well, she'd have a valid argument as being one of the best fighters in the world. Back-to-back wins over Roxanne Mataferi and Shishi Nozawa for Hitomi Akano, who trains out of the famous Abiani Combat Club up alongside Megumi Fuji, Yasuko Tamada, the Valkyrie flyweight champion, and Jewel star Ayaka Hamasaki, all under head coach Hiroyuki Abe. You know she's going to be trying to engage in a ground war with Sara McMann. Look for a takedown, find a submission. She says she's watched all of Sarah's fights and that Sara doesn't have much experience against top fighters, so she believes that'll be McMahon's weakness. Yeah, Akano has 26 professional fights and many of them very, very big fights, high-level fights, so that's going to weigh in her advantage possibly. The former SmackDown middleweight champion at 128 pounds in the Pro Elite cage. Sara McMann, the first American woman to receive a silver medal in wrestling at the 2004 Athens Games. A more highly credentialed female wrestler you will not find in all the world of the mixed martial arts. Two-time Pan-American champion 03-07, 7-time US World Team member, 6-time US Nationals champion, 2003 World Silver medalist, and the list of wrestling credentials just keeps going back.
Yeah, and she, like I said, grew up wrestling with men, but think about this. Walking into a Division I college wrestling room and wrestling with those guys is not a fun experience, I can tell you that. She was doing it her whole career and was the #1 woman in the United States at her weight division for 8 years.
Sara McMann undefeated 4-0, including 2 first-round wins over Christina Marks on debut and Julie Mullenford, who she TKO'd in just 32 seconds. Ground out a decision victory over tough veteran Tonya Evinger at Titan Fighting Championships last year. Comes in tonight off a third-round key lock win over Raquel Paualui at Pro Elite last August. Final preparations, let's take a close look back at Sara McMann.
Sara McMann being the great wrestler that she is, you can see the judo toss that's attempted on her by her opponent. Gets her hips in. You don't want to do that to a wrestler. You're going to get launched on your back. A lot of power in those hips. Here it is again. Just explodes the hips in, picks her up and dumps her on her back. This girl has power.
The tail of the tape, experience all the way to Hitomi Akano. She's 6 years the older, 2 inches the shorter. Both women weighed in at 135, but look at the reach advantage. 8 inches of reach to Sara McMann, and she's been working on her boxing pack.
Yeah, not only they weighed in about the same weight, but she's much bigger naturally also.
And let's take a look at our HDNet Experts fight gauge. Striking is even, both women only on 2. Ground game goes to Sara McMann. Speed goes to Sara McMann. Strength to McMann. Endurance is even. So on paper, this should be a terrific fight. Number 5 ranked in the world versus number 9. A major step up in class for Sara McMann. What a scalp to claim if she can defeat the girl fight monster here tonight. Let's go up to Mike Vale. Let's do this in our co-main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is the co-main event of the evening, presented by ProElite, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is wearing the black trunks, official weight 135 1/2 pounds. She has a professional record of 18 wins, just 8 losses, fighting out of Abeani Combat Club. Please welcome from Tokyo, Japan, Hitomi Akano. And now let's welcome her opponent across the cage in the red corner. She is wearing the brown camouflage trunks, official weight 135 1/4 pounds. She has a perfect professional record of 4 wins, no losses, fighting out of Limestone College Wrestling and Revolution MMA. Let's welcome from Gaffney, South Carolina, Sara McMann.
5 minutes, 3 rounds, no headbuttings, don't bring the hair, don't grab the tights, okay? Shake hand, shake hand. Free fight.
Yuji Shimada with the final instructions. Hitomi Akano plus 375. Sara McMann minus 575. We are set for 3 by 5. And look at McMann ready to rage out of her corner. She wants to keep the fight on its feet. Show off some of her newly improved boxing work. Michael Chiavello, Pat Miletich with you live on HDNet. The southpaw stance here of the girl fight monster Akano.
Yeah, let's see if McMann goes back to her roots of wrestling or not.
McMann, an awesomely powerful specimen, double jab, right hand early on from the Olympian.
Good job covering the distance that time. She exploded in quite nicely, actually.
Akano will look to lock up with her and try and execute some judo-style takedowns. Akano wants this fight on the ground. She's in southpaw here, but she will switch. Double leg from Sara. They go to canvas, but not the clean takedown Sara was hoping for, Pat.
Akano was obviously expecting a takedown. Eventually went right for the submission, that guillotine.
McMann moves to side control. How will the smaller Akano try and overcome the tremendously powerful, larger specimen that is McMann?
Yeah, I rolled with her Thursday. She's very strong for a woman, for 135 pounds, period.
McMann 4-0 in their mixed martial arts career. Just gets off a left hand to the top of the head of Akano.
Akano really had to work to get that half right back, I'll tell you what.
This is where Sara likes to be, inside half guard, if she can posture up here and work some ground and pound on Hitomi Akano. Akano doing a good job of controlling the posture at the moment, wrapping that left hand around the back of the head, now tying up the arms.
You can see Akano trying to fight for position with the arms, and she's not able to do it. It's hard to explain sometimes, but watch the subtleties of where the arms are and where Akano tries to go. She can't get there.
Puts her inside the full guard. Nice work from Akano. Closes the guard. McMahon goes to the body, ripping away to that lower left rib cage. Again, Akano pulls the head down, controls the wrists here, not allowing McMahon to work any ground and pound. She may be small, Hitomi Akano, but she does have a lot of tricks as she throws her legs up momentarily.
McMahon needs to pay attention here because Akano is not tired yet, and they're both not very sweaty, so you can't slip out of submissions early on in the fight.
McMahon pinning down the left leg of Akano, moves to half guard now. Good right hand from McMahon as Akano puts her back inside the guard.
Akano now doing a good job of controlling the wrists of McMahon, which helps immensely when you're dealing against punches and position when the person's trying to pass your guard.
Akano again throws the legs up. McMahon's got to be careful not to leave an arm in. Tags her on the jawline with that right hand. And close guard again from the Japanese girl. Body shot into the head from Sara McMann. Throws the legs up once more. Does Akano? What does she keep looking for there, Pat?
Well, she's trying to stuff a wrist possibly, or go for, make McMahon make a decision either to pull the arm out and go for the triangle, or if she leaves it in, she gets armbarred.
And referee Yoji Shimoda brings him back up to their feet. Oh, I thought they were pretty busy on the ground there, Pat.
Yeah, very good action. A lot of tactical stuff going on.
Strange call from Yoji Shimoda to stand both women up, but up we are. Akano bouncing around a lot on the balls of her feet. McMahon may be trying to set the right hand here, which is what she wants to throw against the southpaw. She's got a lead foot on the outside of Akano's lead, which is where she wants to be here.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of stepping outside of that, Mike, when she throws that right hand.
High right round from McMahon, high left round from Akano. Good double forearms guard, though, from Sara.
Smart kick when you're going against a wrestler, because a wrestler can't take you down when you head kick them.
Oh, and McMahon, that was power. Dropped her on her lower back, almost put her through the canvas.
We've seen that before out of McMahon. Hip power, man. Explosiveness.
A very strange duality about Sara McMann. Works as a counsellor, so she fixes people for a living. But in the cage, she says she likes nothing more than breaking people. Can she break Akano here? Mounts her, looks to take the back, and does so. This is trouble for Akano.
I'm very surprised Akano, as experienced a grappler as she is, she gave up the mount that easily, and now the back control to McMahon. Very surprised.
Sara McMann working for position here. 20 seconds remaining in the first round, set for 3. McMahon with the mount.
Akano's working her tail off to get out of there. McMahon doing a good job of not taking the submission too early, looking for an arm triangle, though, where she won't lose position if she gets it.
McMahon gets up a right hand, and that'll be it as we go to the towels at the end of the first round. A very, very competitive round, but you can see the difference in power, can't you, Pat? Sara McMann is just a beast.
She's very muscular. The size is definitely different. That's a wrestler being able to cut weight effectively. That kick just missed her head. Got in deep with the hips. Instincts take over at that point for a wrestler. Dump her on her head.
Put your hands up, control it. Just like you're doing. Doing great. Doing great. That's great.
Hitomi Akano with the Abayani Combat Club in her corner, and Shuarata. Tough first round. Sara McMann, the Olympian, pacing, prowling back and forth in her corner. Neither woman taking a seat between rounds, and McMahon certainly looks readier to go here.
Combat-based passes there too.
Second round. Hitomi Akano, scroll for her list of credentials, and so many of her victories over the years have come via armbar. Other women collect shoes. Akano collects arms. But it'll be a massive effort to put an armbar on the strong arms of Sara McMann here.
They are strong, that's for sure.
Second round. McMahon drives the right hand down the center. Gets the takedown, ends up top position, inside half guard.
You better be really good at judo to throw an Olympic wrestler, and that's what Akano's tried twice, and she's ended up on her head.
A month's training camp for Sara McMann in the lead up to tonight. Said she focused on controlling her opponent, focused on defending against the judo style takedowns, and it's worked a treat so far here tonight for Sara. Drops that right hand again.
Akano, nice job to roll through, potentially catching an armbar, but at least getting guard back.
The thing I like about Sara, Pat, she is always keeping the pressure on her opponents.
I mean, really aggressive. Aggressive, putting the muscle on her, which she had to do, and putting a beating on her so far.
Close guard here from Hitomi Akano. Locking up that left arm of Sara so she can't get it free.
Yep, this is where she's trying to make Sara make a decision. Pull the arm out or leave it in. You want to drive back into them usually to get that guard back down on your lower back so they don't have leverage.
Akano will try and go for her patented armbar. That's a no avail so far. And again, loops the hand around the back of the neck, controlling the posture here of McMahon with 3 minutes 30 remaining in the second. You can elbow a downed opponent here, but not to the head. You can elbow to the body. And again, McMahon in danger of leaving the arm in.
Nasty little setups by Akano, showing some great grappling, which she has done many times before in her career. I think McMahon's getting a lot of experience out of this fight if she can make it through and win.
Akano doesn't mind fighting off her back. McMahon goes to the body, snakes the hand around the chin now. Looks to posture up. Ooh, kidney kicks there off the heels from Akano. Bit of old school Hoist Gracie technique.
And this is where in women's MMA the high guard works even better than men's, because the women wear the rash guard, so the cloth helps the legs hold on to the body. You're really going to be careful when you're wearing the rash guard, but better traction.
Well, again, the crowd appreciate the stand-up, but I thought they were both active on the ground. Pat, you said there's a good call from Yuji Shimada?
I don't think it was calling for the stand-up.
Oh, right hand from McMahon, smack bang on the kisser, and Akano forced to backtrack here. First real power salvo off that right from McMahon. She fires it again. And Akano on the back foot.
Yeah, she exploded all of a sudden. I think she's tired of fighting out of submissions on the ground.
Fakes a front kick off the back leg, does Sara McMann. Akano still backpedaling here. Oh, a high right round! Going for the headache maker. And now McMahon is turning it on in the striking. Inside leg kick. Akano goes high. That fifth and shot. Sara scoots around, puts her down again. Beautiful wrestling here.
Yep, Akano looking for that key lock. Looking for that submission on the arm, the shoulder lock, if she can roll back to her back and try and take that.
Sara looks relaxed here though, Pat.
Yeah, she's able to power. I mean, she's not even locking her hands and worrying about it. She's simply controlling Akano's legs so she can't sit through to get the leverage. Smart move by McMahon, sorry.
Akano trying to go to work on that right arm, trying to find a submission. McMahon tries to yank the arm out. Is McMahon going to sit for her own submission here?
Very nice move to run around the head there. That's exactly what you're supposed to do, textbook. And she potentially could have taken an arm lock, yes.
Beautiful work from McMahon. How she has come along in leaps and bounds in a very short mixed martial arts career, Pat, is tremendous. And she maybe takes a thumb in the eye there. Accidental, of course, from Hitomi Akano. And both women reset from a standing position. 40 seconds remaining in the second of three here. Akano charges in, and again McMahon gets the takedown, ends up inside half guard.
Yeah, you know, you'd think after the first two times she would have learned. She's probably lucky she didn't get launched again. A little softer landing that time. Akano
Getting regular tastes of the sheer power of Sara McMann. Tiny Japanese fighter. Kicks to the stomach, pushes off from the thighs, and McMahon straight back on top of her. She just loves to manhandle opponents, does McMahon. Or woman handle. Is that a word? It is now. She's so good at it though. As you said, Pat, so aggressive, always in an opponent's face. Nice shots at the top of the head. And McMahon taking some punishment that's on top of the cranium. Won't hurt her too much. Did look good for Akano though. 2 rounds down, 1 remaining. How do you see it so far, Pat?
Well, McMahon is up 2 rounds to 0. But I tell you what, Akano's got to have a little confidence from the end of that round. She really was working that triangle and trying to finish with an armbar.
Control the body, look for that pass, dropping your hips, and you do pass. Work body, head. Short hammer fist. Yeah. Work that control like you did in practice. Control the wrist, make her pay. Control the wrist.
5 minutes remains for Hitomi Akano and Sara McMann in our co-main event. Pat, if you're in the corner of Akano, what are you telling her?
I'm telling her to do what she's doing. I think Akano may even be locking up with McMann and sacrificing her body to get thrown to the ground to be able to go for submissions to begin with, because she knows she's not going to take her down.
And once again, Sara McMann first to emerge from the corner. The look on her face is intense. Third and final, referee Yuji Shimada gets us underway. Let's see if Akano has any tricks left here. Nice round kick to the upper right rib cage. That was well placed.
Yeah, looking for that liver, I do believe.
Oh, and so too the head kick as McMann rushes in. She rode the kick nicely. And inside the guard here of Akano.
Covered the gap. Instincts are taking over for McMann. We know she wanted to work her striking, but when you wrestle your entire life, tough to fight that.
As soon as you get struck, you always go back to what you know best, right, Pat?
Put them on their back and you feel comfortable, right?
Controlling McMahon's posture here. Closes her in the guard, does Akano. McMahon trying to get that right hand free. Akano defensive at the moment. How does she switch to offensive from this position, Pat?
Keep walking those legs up and start working on the bottom. McMahon, I think, right where she's at, got to keep better posture so that can't happen.
Bird's eye view of the closed guard. She opens it up now. Hitomi Akano locks up the arms. Momentarily, Sara gets the right hand free. You know, Akano is always ticking in that fighter's brain of hers, always looking for a way to throw those legs up, maneuver into position for a sub.
Did a nice job again. She stuffed the wrist of McMahon to look for that submission, the triangle, or the armbar. Again, making her choose to leave the arm in or out. She's done that consistently the entire fight.
I wouldn't be surprised if Yuji Shimada will stand them up again, as he's been inclined to do in the previous 2 rounds. You can hear calls from the crowd to stand them up. Shimada's raised a hand in the air here. Little peppering shots on top of the head from Akano. Legs up nice and high here.
Yeah, that's the thing. There is potential for a submission there, so you can't stand them up at that point if you're paying attention as a referee.
It's good that Shimada this time has let them go on. How high up the legs are here of Akano. Shots of the shoulder area.
It tells you how strong McMahon is, because Akano's not able to transition on yet. She's really having to take her time here.
And McMahon's throwing knees off the right leg, right to the glutes. Again, Shimada raises a hand. He keeps a close eye on proceedings. Akano trying to stay busy, receiving a lot of instructions from her corner. And McMahon pops out, drops a right hand, and Akano does a quick count of her teeth. Back inside closed guard.
She wanted to land a nice right hand to say thanks for keeping me in that triangle for a minute and a half.
Body shots from Sara McMann. 1 minute 50 remains. Third and final round. Busy round for Akano so far. And they get a bit of a slap and a tickle from Yuji Shimada. He stands them up. Let's see who can get off the better strikes here. Or will McMahon charge forward, clinch up and take her down again? Akano on the back foot. McMahon wades through, double right hand. Akano ties her up, underhooks here from McMahon. Boom to the canvas.
Sick. That is fun to watch, man. I could never get sick of seeing that.
This girl is awesome. Drives a knee into the kidney. Knee on belly now. Moves to half guard.
And McMahon did a great job of punching her way in that time. Great technique, straight punches, flurried on her and locked up.
1 minute 5 remains. It had been Akano's round so far until that takedown there. Now it's time for McMahon to go to work. inside the full guard.
Again, this is where McMann needs to posture up and get to work and avoid that high guard.
Akano looking to close up those wrists. She throws the legs up again, does the girl fight monster. Akano working off her back. Oh, McMahon just slithers in a right hand.
McMahon, nice. What she just did there, she's going back and forth. Now making Akano choose. She can either go to her right, around the leg, or over the top of the one that's on the bottom.
Back to their feet, short right to the jaw from Akano. Look for a judo-style takedown, Muay Thai clinch now from Akano. Sara goes to the body, to the canvas again. She is awesome.
Akano landed really bad on that left elbow that time.
Sara McMann, just an absolute powerhouse with these takedowns. And there's the end of the third and final round. What a fight. Fight of the night, no doubt about it here, between McMann and Akano. McMann gives the thumbs up and the crowd supports her. What a battle. It'll be interesting to see how the judges score this one.
Here she is getting the hips in again. Really got some airtime there. Flight's fun, but the landing's not so fun. That was a lot of power there the whole time. I mean, Akano was landing on her back, took a lot of abuse there.
So we go to a decision here in our co-main event. Will it be Sara McMann going 5-0, or will it be Hitomi Akano going 19-8? Akano there with Shirata, the team from Abiani Combat Club. They produce so many great female fighters. Megumi Fuji, Ayaka Hamasaki. And okay, Mike Vale has the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of MMA action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, P.J. Dean, Mike Onzuka, and Kyle Takao, scored about 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, Sara McMann.
McMahon has done it. Undefeated 5-0, has claimed the biggest scalp of her blossoming mixed martial arts career, and Pat Miletich has the Olympian.
All right, Sara, great performance against a very experienced Akano. You wanted to work on your striking in this fight. What was it that she was doing that caused you not to be able to do as much as you would have liked to standing?
She was using her range very effectively. When I start to come in, she just slipped right out of the space, and I even corrected it, tried to correct it in the second round. I tried to double it up and then hit my cross, but she's a really fast fighter on her feet, so she was not having any of that. She wanted to engage in her own terms, which I can respect.
Right, and you also had some incredible throws. I mean, you really launched on her head. Your wrestling really shone through. Obviously, the crowd loves the experience of watching you. You fought out of a ton of submissions tonight. Did she surprise you with her ability to get you in trouble a little bit?
Oh no, I knew she was just as dangerous as she was. I came into this fight respecting her jiu-jitsu ability tremendously, and we trained it, and people hit the submissions on me all the time, and I mean, I'm not as quick as her at getting into them, but I knew where I could hold position and try to maintain and not get submitted and try to work back out of them.
Right. Well, you're obviously a world-class wrestler, an Olympic silver medalist, and won a lot of other medals in the Pan Ams. Now you've proven you're world-class in MMA. What would you like to do next? Who would you like to face out there in MMA?
Pretty much all of the top girls. I mean, they're my targets. They're who I put up on my wall and I train for every day. So everybody at 135, that'd be great.
Awesome. Congratulations. Your winner, Sara McMann.
I'd like to thank the crowd in Hawaii. You are true MMA fans.
She is such a sweetheart, does so much charity work, Sara McMann. Very good for the sport of mixed martial arts, and she is going places.